Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and I am so ridiculously grateful that you are here. Ridiculous is kind of like my normal MO. So you guys, I am really excited because it's been a little while since I've played with Colourpop. I did a haul video, I think in January, where I had received a bunch of Colourpop palettes. I'd bought some and then I was gifted some as kind of like gift of purchase. You know how it goes. It was kind of, it was crazy. It was a lot. And this is not playing with any of those palettes. I actually placed another Colourpop order and I picked up the By the Rose palette end of January, I think. Got it early February. And I'm just kind of feeling this sort of soft, pretty vibe with this. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like some times of the year I've been feeling a little bit more matte, a little bit more softer and not quite so bold. It's coming. I've been incorporating more and more color, like my purchases, in clothing that I'm just excited to get into for spring and summer. I don't know why. I'm ready for some color. This is not the time for it for eyeshadow though. I figured I would just try this. I also picked up Just a Flush blush quad. This is yeah, it's called Just a Flush. And it has 3 blush-ish things and a highlighter. I already put a little bronzer on, but we might have to, you know, go a little bit further. Funny story about this quad. I actually purchased this from Ulta and not from the Colourpop website. The Ulta warehouse, they're not impressing me. Normally when I order from Colourpop, it comes in a box and it's bubble wrapped inside and everything's well protected. There's lots of bubble wrap, right? With Ulta, they send it to me in a plastic mailing bag. It's like a padded bag, but it's like a mailing bag with just this in the box inside of it. So I had ordered several things from Ulta, and 2 of the blush quads both came in broken. So I returned it, or I let them know, hey, by the way, these came in broken. Can I get replacements? They said, sure, send them back and we'll send you the replacements, which I've never had that before, but okay. Went down to the post office and mailed back the 2 that were broken. They sent me 2 more in the same plastic bag, completely shattered. So I went down to my local Ulta and said, hey, I don't know if you could like send this information back, but they're not packaging these the right way. They're like, yeah, you probably just have to do like curbside pickup if you want to order online. Yeah, that would probably make more sense, but you know, that didn't help me at the time. So let's go ahead and put some of this on. I thought this was, so when I went to return the 2 that were broken, this is the only one they had in stock. The other one was a little bit more warmer colors, and my first thought after looking at them again was, I don't need these. So they talked themselves out of a sale. I mean, not like I didn't buy more stuff. You know how it goes. So I think I want to do this kind of darker mauve-y color. What color is it called? I think it's called, it's either Sassy Pants or Just Cheek. One of the 2. I don't know why I have to have a hard time with the labels, because you would think that they would just put the label underneath the color, but I don't think they do. I think they still label it like left to right, so left to right. Okay, that's actually a very soft color. For some reason, I thought it was gonna go a lot more bold on me, but it did not. Okay, you guys, I actually really do like these quads from Colourpop. They're a little bit more money, but I find that I like the variety of using 4 different shades versus sometimes they have like the bigger ones that's just 1 shade and you really have to like full on commit to that shade, and I can't. I'm a commitment phobic when it comes to colors and choices, and I want all of them. If you guys are not into my channel, then you know this already. If you're new to this channel, well, I should probably set up the disclaimer that you don't come here because I'm a makeup artist, because I'm not. We're just gonna leave it at that for now. I did purchase all of these items with my own money. None of this was given to me. Colourpop has not reached out, at least that I'm aware of, to see if I want to, you know, be an affiliate or anything like that. If you guys know anybody over at Colourpop, I mean, I can't even imagine, well, I mean, new releases, they have so much. And I don't buy every single Colourpop release, but then I find myself buying like several different pieces later on, and then I wonder, should I have just bought the whole thing early? Okay, that's actually really pretty. I want to see what this lighter color looks like. So I'm just taking on the same brush, and I'm just gonna go up a little bit higher. Sometimes I like a little bit softer color when I'm layering blushes. That's okay. This one's maybe seems like it's slightly chalky. I think maybe you'd have to be pretty fair skinned to really feel like that's a good shade, in my opinion. I'm gonna go into the bronzer contour color here. And let's just see if we can't give ourselves a little bit more in the way of cheekbones. I didn't intend to use all these. And of course, I'm trying to blend them together so I don't end up with like some sort of Neapolitan thing going on, and not a good look. All right, might as well just contour a little bit here. Oh, so I should say, today's been a good day. You know, I went out, worked out with my son. That was kind of fun. Made it to the post office, made it to Ulta to do the exchange. So like things are going well, right? After I showered and stuff, and I was thinking about, oh, I should, you know, probably think about starting to get ready. Hey, let's just go film, because I haven't done that in a little while. And I have some new stuff. Now is a good time to do it, right? Well, I put one of these, I've been trying these, I like all these gadgets, right? These devices. One of them is like an LED light mask thing, and you can set the timer on it. So you can set it for like 20 minutes, and you can either have it be like one of 8 colors, or you can have them scroll through. So I figured out how to get them to scroll through, and I'm like, hey, I want all the benefits from all of them, and I want to sit there with just one color because I have multiple lady of a certain age thing, right? Like I've got multiple things to try to fix. So anyway, I'm laying there, and I didn't put the straps, like the rubber straps or whatever they are, elastic straps on it, because I didn't want it to pull back, and I figured, well, I'm just gonna lay there anyway. I'll just rest it on my face, and that'll be just kind of like my meditation time. Stress reliever, right? Every time I've used it, I end up with horrible marks under here. I've got to figure out how to get that comfortably. So if I have any kind of like additional redness or divots showing up on my face, sorry, it's that mask thing. They'll go away. Luckily my skin's bouncing back pretty good, so that's good. You know what, I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna go into this highlighter in here. I've just got this fan brush, kind of old school fan brush. We're just gonna put a little of it right up here. So anyway, as I was saying, I actually really do like these little quads from Colourpop. I think the quality is good. They run $12, I believe, unless you get them on sale. I also really, really like the quad eyeshadows. The thing with the quad eyeshadows, I think, is I can't commit. I can't commit to one palette. I want to use all of them. So I have a big collection of the little quads. Not every single one that they've put out, but I have a lot. So then I have to figure out when to use them. I need to do like 1 month where I do just Colourpop. Today, we're gonna use this Rosé palette by the Rosé. There were several pieces to the collection. Don't think I picked up anything else. You know what, let's put some lips on here. I do have one of these blotted lips. I don't think it came in this collection. I think it came in a different one. Let's just get something going here. Do you guys get annoyed that I always start with like the reverse order from what real professional YouTubers and makeup artists do? It always seems like they do eyes first and then they do everything else. And I'm just kind of like whatever's in front of me. And maybe you're like that too. I don't think there's any rules. Do you guys know the rules? I don't know the rules. At the end of the day, I think it's just more important that we feel confident when we walk out. We feel polished. We feel put together. Don't embarrass our family. I have to sharpen this thing. It's getting low. My one complaint about these Colourpop lip pencils, they're like a plastic thing, and then you got to sharpen the plastic, and that just always seems weird. I don't know which would be better. I think, you know what would be better is if I had to twist up bottom, then they'd probably be more money. I'm trying to see what color this is. In case you were curious, this lip liner is in the shade Brink, and the blotted lip that I'm going to use is in shade Talker. And I do have a lip mask on already. I figured since we're doing kind of a softer eye look, we'd do these blotted lips here. They're okay. All right, let's play with some of these eyeshadows. I have not used any of these yet, so I'm going to start with this pastel chalky looking one right here. We're going to start with that in the inner corner because I suspect that's where I would use it. And maybe up here a little bit. I do have their Party Proof eyelid primer. I did use that today, the eye primer. And this says it's in shade Caramel. Did I say caramel or caramel? You guys seen the Tourette's thing with the guy that says caramel? I have a friend that has Tourette's, but mostly it's like clicking. Okay, so as far as a sheer, like a soft wash of color, sure, this is not an eyeshadow that I would put all over my eyelid. I don't think it would really help my hooded, close-set, mature eyelids. I don't think that would be a good look at all. So if you guys watch that girl Shay, she usually does a lot of the Colourpop like live swatching. I didn't see if she did this one. If she did, then I didn't catch it. It seems like she hasn't done all of them lately. I mean, how can you? And I think with her, it's a pretty big commitment because she literally tries on every shade on her eyelids after she puts on like eyelid primer. She does a very good job. it's just too much. I couldn't commit to it. My old AF eyes would not be able to handle that. I'm going to take this sort of mauve color right here. I'm going to go just above where my crease is and just kind of work it in a little bit. Hey, you guys, this is an application video, not a tutorial. We know that already. That's really pretty. I don't know how you guys feel about the Colourpop Mega Palettes. I think I have just about all of them. All right, I'm going to go back into this lightest pink up here and just kind of soften up that top edge. And that pink is nice. It's just, it's very subtle for me. I still have that same brush, but I've got my little Sigma switch here. I'm just going to brush off the color, and I'm going to go into, I'm going to take it with the tip of my brush just to get a little bit less, but I'm going to grab that kind of even a little bit darker. This one feels like it's maybe a little warmer, so I'll be curious to see if this one comes across as kind of orangey, at least more of like a lipstick shade. One of the things that I probably ought to say is I come on here, I try on lots of different shadows in the same look, but my everyday has gotten so simple. I do put on a little bit of makeup before I go to the gym, but I've been using Merit Beauty. I'll try to remember to link the video in here. They gifted me a bunch of product, and then I went back and bought a few more of the balms, like I think they call them flush balms or something like that. Anyway, you can use it on your lips or your cheeks or whatever. So I've been using pretty much every day when I go to the gym. I don't do a face full of makeup, but I also take pity on everybody else that has to see me in. I feel a bit more confident if I have just a little bit of something on. So if I need to, I'll spot conceal with their little foundation concealer stick. I did pick up a second one of those because I thought the first one that I got was maybe a little too light. And the second one is too dark. I think it's going to be a good like summertime stick, but for right now, it's too dark for my current skin tone. Anyway, so I may pop a little bit on that strategically where I need it. And then I will use the balm just on the top of my cheekbones. The one that I've been really liking is the shade called Terracotta. I know this isn't the video on that, but just to bring you up to date. I've been using Terracotta just on my cheekbones. I just kind of swipe it on there and then just sort of rub it in with my fingers. Do a quick coat of mascara. I've actually been grabbing one of the Colourpop pot eyeshadows, not the Super Shocks, but it's like a cream eyeshadow. And I've just been swirling that a little on my eyelid. And that's it. Coat of mascara, the Colourpop eyeshadow, the one shade, the balm on my cheeks, some lip balm on my lips, and I'm out the door. And that's all I've been using for working out. But anyway, my normal regular routine has gotten to be almost like a shimmer across the lid and then a matte in the crease and buffing it out. And that's kind of like the daily, which is good because then I can get I have a lot more options when I look at a palette. But on the other hand, I'm not being very creative. Okay, there are two darker shades in here. This one's actually looks like a satin. It's got little reflex on it. This one's actually a darker matte. I think I'm going to use this one. So I've used this one, this one, this one. I've used the mattes. I've used the mattes in here so far. I'm just going to pick up a little tiny bit of that. And let's just go down to the lash line. Back it up just a little bit. Buff it in. Yeah, I think the whole rosé thing makes me want spring. Spring and summer is really the time of year that I drink rosés, more so than anything else. I've bought some really yummy rosés recently, but I'm trying to hold off on them until it's barbecue season. I don't know. I'm a barbecue backyard or pasta salad in the backyard or something on the grill, kebabs. What's your favorite like barbecue recipe? Because I'm jonesing for nice weather. There are several shimmers in here. This one is more of a champagne-y color. This one is more of kind of a rose gold. This one is a little bit more of like an apricot, and this one almost has like a plum or a mauve background. I'm gonna try that one just on my finger. Oh, I love Colourpop quality of their shimmers. So good. I haven't heard much about this palette. I think people, and just in general said, oh, it's nice, it's cute, if they got it in PR and they did a look with it. I don't get anything in PR, but because I've been really enjoying softer, just pretty kind of look, I decided I needed this one. Need would be the operative word, right? Okay, this actually comes across as slightly more coppery than I would have expected, which I guess makes it more of a rosé shade anyway, right? I'm gonna grab, I think I'm gonna do the sort of lightest shade in here that is the one that looks like it has, I called it an apricot background, but I don't think it is. It's called Sparkling. Anyway, I'm gonna put a little of that right here just to kind of blend up into rose gold shade that I use. Light and pretty and yeah, maybe a little effervescent. You know what? I would normally maybe even just leave this. I'm just gonna do a little bit of blending, cleaning up some of that glitter, not glitter, but the shimmer that's kind of gotten gotten its own way here. I just feel like this is a very, very pretty, nice, easy, everyday kind of palette. Could I use this for work? Sure. Yeah, I don't think any of the colors in here are so crazy that work would be offended if I used any of them. I do feel like you've got some kind of cute combinations here. This, as I was mentioning earlier, you know, a pair of a shimmer and a matte, you've got that. This one here, I'd probably pair this one and that one. I might pair, I might go dramatic and pair this one and this one. And then I would use this like I did earlier, which is at my brow bone or inner corner to kind of lighten things up. I'm going to use this satin right here just on the tip of this. And this is the one that's more of a brown. And I just went completely smoky with that, where I've been trying so hard to do lighter shades, if anything, on my lower lash line, because I don't want my eyes to look smaller. And sometimes I think that that does. We're just gonna keep going here. So this is gonna be one of those videos where I was like, oh, I'm gonna do just a really simple, easy look, and then I end up using 8 out of 9 shadows. The one really, really good thing about this is not only is it just easy to use and simple, not your normal pink palette, not your normal nude palette. It's just a pretty, to me, that's a springtime palette. But the one thing that I am so grateful, it doesn't have a pressed glitter. So finishing off with a quick coat of mascara in just 1 second. All right, you guys, that's it. I mean, honestly, aside from a little bit of setting powder, I'm gonna call this a done look. All right. No complaints with the blush palette. It ended up being maybe even a little bit more subtle than I thought it would be. No complaints about the blotted lip. Again, I think it's just kind of a subtle lip without being too matte, too glossy. It's just, I don't know, it's just comfortable. And the eyeshadow palette, I feel like I got powder in my contacts here. The eyeshadow palette is very pretty. This is, I think, it's a perfectly appropriate daytime, age appropriate. I think the palette is just a really nice, everyday, wearable, not trying too hard, just kind of pretty. I think it does have some combinations. I think the 2 darker shades in there, I probably could get it smoky enough, dark enough for what I would want to do for date night, maybe with some bold eyeliner. Is probably what I would do. Anyway, I hope this is interesting to you guys. Play with a couple Colourpop products that I had just been wanting to use. So I hope you guys are doing really well, and until my next video, bye for now.